criminal defence lawyer, and I have the privilege of walking people through what is often the most difficult and stressful time of their lives. For example, one client of mine was charged with really serious drug trafficking offences. In particular, he was charged with operating a clandestine laboratory from his home. If he had been found guilty of those offences, he would have been facing many, many years in jail. He was remanded in custody in relation to the offences, and it was his first time in custody. He was arrested in the height of the COVID pandemic back in 2020, and so his time in custody was incredibly onerous. He was in lockdown, he was unable to have any visits, and on top of that, he had a family member who was gravely ill in hospital, and he was at risk of never being able to see that person again if he remained in custody. I was able to list a bail application really quickly. We were successful in applying for bail on his behalf, and he was bailed within a few weeks. This meant that he was able to see that family member and was able to say goodbye before they passed away. While he was on bail, he took my advice and he did drug counselling and treatment. And we then spent a lot of time working on the details of the allegation against him. The prosecution case was that he had all of these items in his house that were a sophisticated lab setup. After spending a huge amount of time with him and going through the brief meticulously, it became apparent that many of these items were in fact just standard and common household items such as a camping stove and kitchen glassware. I successfully negotiated with the prosecution to have those charges downgraded to possession offences, and ultimately he was fined and released on a good behaviour bond. It's these kinds of cases that are the reason why I love doing this job, because I see the impact that I can have on someone's life, on their family, on their future. It is so incredibly satisfying, but also incredibly rewarding.